Hello, welcome to my tutorial for my everyday basic makeup routine. So first, I'm going to go ahead and just get my hair out of my face. We're going to go in with primer. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. And all I use is just one pump, just like that. And then I'm going to rub it between my fingers. And I'm going to pat it over my face. Gently, we don't want to be too rough. Our face is very delicate. So I'm just going to press it into the skin. This is going to help the rest of your makeup really stick to your base. And next, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. And I just put it here, right by my nose. A little on my forehead. And a little bit on my chin. And the leftover, I'm just going to put that on my nose. And now we're primed. Now we can move to foundation. Today I'm going to be using a different one because it's my winter shade. I'm not tan, but the one that I usually use is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Wear. This one's really good. The one I'm currently using is also pretty good. It's the Morphe Light Form Extended Hydration Foundation. This one's good because I tend to have some dry skin, and all I use is one pump, and it's really liquidy. So I just kind of rest it on my hand, and I use this e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush, and I just tap in it, and then I start to bounce on my face. No spreading or pouncing. Is concealer. I use the NYX Serum Bear With Me Concealer Serum. I don't know if I really love this, but this is what I'm using right now. So I just do a little pump here, like that, not a full one, it's like a half a pump on each side. And then using a damp beauty blender, I'm going to start to pat it right under my eyes, bringing it down and then across the under eye. And then whatever's left from that eye, I kind of tap it on top too. Same thing for the side. Now we need to set it, so I use the ColourPop No Filter Loose Setting Powder. So I just grab my already damp sponge I just used, and I'm going to tap in here with the loose powder. Tap into the inner corner. This is going to help set it and not get creases. And then at the same time, because we already have the setting powder out, I'll grab a little bit and I'll come here in my nose corner because I tend to get oily around those areas, so you want to put it anywhere you get oily. Here. Grab a little bit more, and you're gonna do the forehead because I tend to get oily here. A little bit here on my chin. use the CoverGirl Clean Matte Compact using a powder brush. So I just tap in here and I just pat it around my face. And then we're going to bronze using the Physicians Formula bronzer, butter bronzer, with a Morphe M527. It just looks like this. It's dirty, I know. And my cat wants to be in the video. So I just tap it a little bit. It does get really pigmented, so you always want to tap it off, or on a hard surface on your table or on your mirror or something, and you're just gonna come up here. You don't want to, no, you're just coming up here. See, bronzed, not bronzed, bronzed. Now for the other side, tap back in. So a lot of people use contour. It's kind of the same thing. Contour is more cool tone, bronzer is more warm tone. Just depends on the look that you're going for, honestly. I do a little bit on my forehead because it's kind of big. So just the top temples of your forehead, nothing crazy, and a little bit under here. Ta-da! We're already looking beautiful. Okay, next is blush. I use this really old one, I'm not even gonna lie. It's the Estee Lauder limited edition all over shimmer in Illuminator Core. So it's a really pretty, it's this kind of shade, as you can see, of Hit Pan, but we're still using it. And I use this Real Techniques brush. It's really just a little dome. And so I just swirl it in there, really get in there, and I tap it off, and I'm going to pounce on my face like this, smile. Not swiping, but pouncing. I do it on the rounds of my cheeks. Every face shape is different. That's just how I learned from an expert at Ulta. Just go around the front part. Ta-da! Now, at this point, I do like to set my face while I continue with the rest of my makeup. I use the Milani Make It Last original. They have different, they have a dewy, they have a matte. I just use the original. Now, onto eye makeup. I use an eyeshadow primer because my eyelids will get oily. So I use this Photo Focus eyeshadow primer from Wet n Wild. I do not know if they still make this, and that says a lot about the age of the products that I use. Just use any eyeshadow primer. It honestly does not matter, as long as you use an eyeshadow primer if your eyelids do get oily. So I just put like that amount on each lid, and I just rub it with my finger. eyebrow gel. I use the NYX brow glue. Looks like this. And I'm just gonna brush up my hairs. You can kind of comb back because this will really help the gel get on your hairs as well. And then comb it back nice and neat. For today, I think I'm gonna go into this Morphe palette. It is the Power Multi Effects palette. It's basically an all face, I think, palette. You have highlighter, blush, I don't know, you can use it whatever. But I'm gonna use this Tantalized shade to go into my creases. I'm gonna use this little domed brush for my crease. This is from the brand ColourPop. I do not know if they still make it, so sorry. And once I tap into the shadow, I'm just gonna tap it a little bit off so the extra goes out, and I'm just going to kind of brush into my lid on top because it is a lighter shade. Again, going back in, tapping off, patting all over the lid. We do on one side, we do on the other. Too heavy on eyeshadow. We're getting ready for church, but at this point you can add a darker shade to the outer corners, but I think it looks nice. Now that we did our eyebrows, we're gonna do our eyelid for our eyeshadow. I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows. Right now I'm using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. It's like this thin. So I'm just gonna release it a little bit. And this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start at the underline of my brow. Very light-handed when I'm applying this. Just following the hairline of my brow. Same for the top. Filling in any sparse or light areas. Again, still very light-handed. We're not drawing with markers here. I like how that looks. If there's any like harsh areas, I'll just go with my finger, just kind of blend it, or you can use the spoolie that it comes with and just kind of blend it out. Just be careful because We did put gel. If you use this, it'll take it off. Next is mascara. I use this eyelash curler from e.l.f. Honestly, I think it's great. It's like $3 or maybe $6 now, I'm not sure. When I got it, it was $3. It's just their basic one. I think that this one really works. My lashes are really straight, so I need to use a waterproof mascara. So first I'm gonna curl them, and I have a method to how I curl my lashes. First, I use my side mirror to kind of look into it, like to curl at the base. Kind of crimp it a few times. Release. Come to the middle of your lash. Crimp again. Release. Now come in between those two crimps. Crimp again. Now just go in between any flat areas to make it curved. And now we have this really curved side or really straight side. So now repeat for the other side. Now I use the Maybelline Sky High Waterproof in Very Black. This is my favorite mascara. I've tried others. This one's the one. And all I do is I just brush it in, comb it, kind of wiggle it. As you're closing your eye, you're wiggling it up. It really coats all the lashes. Other side, dip back in. We're done. Last step is just to set it all again, because now we added eyeshadow and all of that. Again with the Make It Last spray from Milani. Now I'm going to use my favorite lip liner from ColourPop. This is in the BFF number 2. To give myself some color at my lips, I'm using the Rare Beauty Tinted Lip Oil in the shade Honesty. It's a really natural lipstick or lip color for my shade. And now we're done. Thank you for watching.